In the late hours of Monday, the 6th of June, a collection of documents bearing the watermark, embargoed, started making rounds on various social media platforms. And as soon as the pictures were posted on Twitter by the account, @BotSlam, many in the cryptocurrency community immediately began analyzing what they may mean based on what they saw in the images. And later, it appeared that the 600-page United States crypto bill had been made public. So, this crypto bill leaked. What do you think it all means? And what do you need to know about US crypto regulation? Hello and welcome back to Crypto Cash Channel. What do you think the leaked bill contained about cryptocurrencies? And what does this mean for cryptos going forward? In today's video, we look at a leaked bill that shows how the US wants to regulate cryptocurrencies. But, first, before we go on, a sub to the channel would be very appreciated. Comment, share the video, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up for the video. So, let's get into it. For the past several months, Sens, Cynthia, Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand have been working to get support for the cryptocurrency legislation that they have introduced, and it is finally in a position to become law. A year has passed since Wyoming Republican Senator Tammy Lummis previewed aspects of her comprehensive regulation proposal for digital currency through a series of high-profile podcast appearances, industry gatherings, and appearances in mainstream media. However, this endeavor has been given a fresh sheen of bipartisanship since Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand joined the fray as a co-author back in March. A field day has been had by digital asset entrepreneurs, venture capitalists, and consumer advocacy groups when it comes to lobbying Congress as a direct result of the campaign. Even though it is unlikely that it will become law in the form that Lummis and Gillibrand plan to submit later this month, they want to put their imprint on a broad measure that Hill aides and industry insiders say would set the tone for how Congress drafts the regulations for crypto in the coming years. In a nutshell, this is the beginning point for debates about what the law should look like, as said by Miles Jennings, Crypto General Counsel and Head of Decentralization at Andreessen Horowitz, a Silicon Valley startup company that is a key investor and lobbying force in the field of digital assets. It is anticipated that the terms of the law would shine a light on who the influential players are in the rapidly developing world of cryptocurrency lobbying. In the past, trade associations that are funded by rival enterprises that deal in digital assets have butted heads over this problem. According to aides working in the offices of both members of parliament, there has been a deluge of suggestions on how to address a wide range of issues, from rules governing cryptocurrency exchanges to tax policy. And as companies compete for a position of influence, legislators have started adopting different crypto legislation. According to Lummis, who has held Bitcoin since 2013, it is hard to pay attention to things that are abstract, and for the majority of members of Congress, this issue has been abstract for a considerable amount of time. However, some people who are skeptical about cryptocurrencies are concerned that the cryptocurrency sector will exploit the growing excitement about this bill as a smokescreen to urge politicians to exclude them from regulations that apply to traditional finance. Even though both senators want to see their respective states become economic powerhouses thanks to blockchain technology, Wyoming legislators are taking a proactive approach to the crafting of new laws to accommodate cryptocurrency banks and decentralized exchanges. This strategy was adopted since Wyoming is a pioneer in the cryptocurrency industry, and in an effort to lure digital asset businesses to locate in the Empire State, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, has put some of his early salaries into the cryptocurrencies Bitcoin and Ether. At the beginning of this year, Gillibrand declared, along with Lummis during a Politico Live event, that New York is the center of the world's financial markets. And on the other hand, the anti-establishment think group Center for American Progress did not raise warning flags regarding the proposal until after it was revealed that a copy of the measure had been stolen and released. According to Todd Phillips, the group's director of financial regulation and corporate governance, it would have enabled investors to avoid paying taxes on cryptocurrency transactions if they make less than $600 annually, and opened up new avenues for token-based companies to circumvent regulations governing the sale of securities. Gary Gensler, the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, is in conflict with other prominent figures in the sector because he believes that his organization has jurisdiction over the majority of digital assets. But existing laws already address the overwhelming majority, if not all, of the requirements that should be incorporated into any legislation pertaining to digital assets. So, what does the US government want to achieve by drafting this brand new piece of legislation? Well, Ty Gellish, Executive Director of investor advocacy organization Healthy Markets and a former officer of SEC, stated that, instead of concentrating on establishing clarification, the industry effort seems to be oriented on finding loopholes. And when the law is made public later this month, they do anticipate a flurry of conflict between various commercial organizations, crypto authorities, and academic institutions. It is quite possible that the bill will contain new restrictions for trading platforms and crypto service providers, in addition to cybersecurity, banking regulation, investor protection measures, and stable coins, amongst other potential provisions. Kara Calvert, who is the head of U.S. policy at a publicly traded cryptocurrency exchange called Coinbase, stated that both Senator Gillibrand and Senator Lummis have what is known as an open door policy when it comes to making comments on certain issues. She explained it to the congressional staff that was entrusted with developing the legislation as balancing what their employers want and what they're getting from stakeholders. In a previous draft of the bill, the Association of Digital Asset Markets advocated for the establishment of industry self-regulatory organizations. However, the Blockchain Association voiced opposition to this idea, arguing that it would place an undue amount of pressure on businesses. According to Michelle Bond, CEO of Atom, Lummis and Gillibrand want to make sure that they do things right both from the perspective of the business and from the perspective of the protection of consumers. But at the end of the day, they have no idea what will take place. The two members of parliament have provided the general public with an overview of the policy goals that will be pursued by the legislation through their various appearances. And the idea is to exempt Bitcoin miners from the restrictions that apply to financial brokers and provide the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, a smaller body that is a sister organization to the SEC, with greater authority to supervise the cryptocurrency industry. However, the specifics of these standards, such as the tiny print and the broad strokes, are equally significant. It is to be anticipated that stakeholders in the business will be dissatisfied with how much discretion the proposal affords the SEC to decide whether or not certain digital assets constitute securities. And because of the agency's tough position on trading digital currencies, the leadership of the agency has come under pressure from the cryptocurrency sector. According to officials on Capitol Hill who have worked on the measure, the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission have participated in its creation. On the recommendation of the crypto attorney working on the law, Louis Cohen, employees of the Lummis administration claimed that it was practically impossible to balance the interests of the private sector with those of the federal government. But something worth noting is that in his capacity as a co-founder of the company DLX Law, Cohen made a statement saying that on the issue of reflexively categorizing all tokens as securities, he honestly feels that it's both incorrect legally and fundamentally horrible policy for the United States. However, ignoring the concerns of the SEC is not only unethical from a legal standpoint but also awful for the United States. Crypto Twitter users focused on the ambiguous areas and made predictions about how the crypto landscape will get more challenging in the years to come. There is a significant possibility that the documents that were taken are simply the preliminary drafts of the proposed law. When lobbying groups entered the picture, they attempted to smooth out the curves that were now being displayed. According to the viewpoint of Cochrane, P.S. since this is only the first draft of a bill, lobbying organizations will start to get involved and assist shape it. They will also help smooth out some of the clunky terminologies that would be problematic, so it's not like everything is lost. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on this proposed legislation? Will it be good or bad for cryptocurrencies? Comment below. Let's engage. Also, if you are interested in more videos like this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos. Goodbye. See you in the next video.